Hello, and welcome to the David667 Celtic News channel for a post-match review of Celtic women's great 5-0 thumping of Hamilton Accies women yesterday afternoon in the Scottish Women's Premier League. I had the great pleasure to be able to go and see the game at New Douglas Park in Hamilton, and it was a brilliant atmosphere. Celtic massively on top the whole game through, and a resounding 5-0 thumping victory, putting Celtic back just 1 point behind Rangers women in the Scottish Women's Premier League, and probably more importantly, also bolstering their goal difference to be better by 1 goal than Rangers. And I think goal difference could come down as being very, very important at the end of the season. As I say, I was able to go to the game yesterday afternoon. Um, Wonderful atmosphere, lots of kids, lots of parents, great game of football, some excellent play by Celtic, some frantic defending by Hamilton, and special mention of their goalkeeper, who is just 16, and she had an excellent match. Some very, very good shot stopping, and only real weakness being coping with crosses into the box, as she is relatively short in stature. However, given that she's only 16, she's got every chance of getting another few inches taller, and I think she was very, very impressive for Hamilton yesterday. And if it was not for her, Celtic could easily have got double figures. Some quite amazing stats for the game. Celtic has 76% of the possession, and it certainly seemed a lot more on the day. However, that was the official figures. Celtic had 29 shots at goal, Hamilton just one, and I honestly can't remember what that was, other than a shot when the Hamilton player was given offside. Kelsey Doherty in the Celtic goalkeeper mostly fielded back passes and tried to keep herself warm. Um, as I say, I scarcely remember her ever having anything to deal with apart from passing to her defenders and every now and then taking a back pass to redistribute. Celtic had 18 shots on goal, Hamilton none, and 13 corners to nothing. Celtic had an excellent game, lots and lots of players played very well. As always, the strong back three of Craig, Hayes, and Clark played very well. Very, very good at bringing the ball forward, given that Hamilton were not really very much of a threat in attack. Caitlin Hayes quite often came in to play centre forward, and Craig and Clark primarily played much of the game more in midfield, and supporting the midfield and even coming into the attack as well. Good to see Celia Barclay come back on after a spell out injured. She came on as a substitute in the second half. Rather sadly, at the start of the game was the sight of Kit Lefersky in a moon boot and on crutches, which is rather disappointing, but hopefully she'll be back for the key fixtures against Rangers and Glasgow City in the new year. At the moment, it's not certain how long she's out for, as there's not been an official release by Celtic regarding her fitness and recovery time. However, Celtic started very much on the front foot, going close early on was Murphy Agnew, whose lob just hit the bar and bounced back to the goalkeeper. Dangerous shot by Natalie Ross was very well tipped over the bar by the Hamilton teenage goalkeeper. However, in the 19th minute, a wonderful cross by Chloe Craig to Caitlin Hayes at the back post, and Caitlin Hayes headed it in to give Celtic the lead after 19 minutes. Amy Gallacher doubled the lead in the 35th with a lovely left-footed shot after some very good work down the left by Shane Menglu, and then cross into the box from Natalie Ross. Celtic very much kept on top right until half-time, but were unable to add to their lead early in the second half. Chloe Craig scored the third from a penalty spot after a rather desperate handball by the Hamilton defender. Very, very assured right-footed shot and that gave the goalkeeper no chance. That was in the 50th minute. Celtic made a few substitutions. On came Noor Iman Addi, on came Celia Barclay, and both Addi and Barclay scored from close in, putting Celtic 5-0 up. Tari Burchell also came on as a sub, and she unluckily had a goal disallowed for a very close offside. And late in the game saw the Celtic full debut for Olivia McStay, who is just 15, currently an under-16 Scotland Girls international. She was making her full debut. She came on for the last 10 minutes, replacing captain Kelly Clark, and looked very assured alongside Chloe Craig and Caitlin Hayes in the back three. Olivia McStay, as I'm sure many of you are aware, is related to the ex-Celtic great Paul McStay, who also had two other Celtic playing brothers, Willie and Ray. And so Olivia creating a third dynasty of Celtic players in the family. Very, very assured by Celtic, put themselves back 1 point behind Rangers. Next game is against Aberdeen next Sunday, the 26th. The game will be a 12 o'clock kickoff at the Excelsior in Airdrie, and it's also going to be live on BBC Scotland television. And it would be wonderful if people could either go to the game in Airdrie or support the girls on television. And if all goes to plan, that will put Celtic back on the top of the table, at least temporarily, until the Rangers match later in the afternoon. So, just finishes off today's video. I'll do another women's team related video at the end of the week in preparation for their next game against Aberdeen the weekend. So for the moment, thanks for listening, thanks for watching, goodbye, and hail, hail.